What if your story could power a movement? Every struggle you have conquered becomes the answer someone else is still searching for. At Community Pay It Forward, your mission matters. When someone shops with one of our giving partners, they can choose to support you simply by uploading a receipt. Your story gets shared, you get visibility, and you can share our program to raise up to 90% in referral awards. You have a story worth sharing. We're here to help you tell it. Apply today by using the QR code or at communitypayitforward.us. Because your story deserves to be shared. And at Community Pay It Forward, no one needs to go it alone when we all come together. Every car that rolls into your shop is more than just repair. It's someone's lifeline. Now, what if every repair could also be a lifeline for someone in need? When you join Community Pay It Forward, a portion of each job can help a family, veteran, or nonprofit without costing your customer anything extra. With the Shop, Click, and Pick program, your shop keeps cars running. Let's keep communities running too. No one needs to go it alone when we all come together.
Born into a real fight wasn't right. Where can she dream here? Took a hold of her life, left at night, stepping out of her fear. Bring me home, out alone.
I need to first off make sure that everybody understands there is the disclaimer up front. And it's up there for a reason. And that reason very simply is that, you know what? I do get emotional about a few things. One of the things that I really get emotional about are kids being shot. About all this unnecessary violence in this world, in this country. When the hell did we become the Middle East? You know, it is a sad fact that deaths are going to happen by gun. And that's last time I checked, the 3 kids were still hanging on. It's being reported that one of them was the shooter of the 3 kids that were critically injured in Evergreen, Colorado. It does. It does absolutely piss me off right now that you go on to YouTube, you go on to everywhere but a Denver channel, and everybody's leading with the other murder. Three kids here in Colorado. Now on to the other murder. I have no love lost for Charlie Kirk. I couldn't stand the guy. His opinions are like everyone's opinions. Everyone's opinion, they're like an asshole. Everyone has one, and now all of them stink. Every single one of them. But the stupidity that he would spout doesn't come close to what happened to him today. If you were trying to make a point, whoever you are, and this goes for anybody, whoever tries to take and become, wants to become famous, wants to become a shooter, wants to put their freaking life out there for other people to look at, for other people to, hey, look at me, I'm a tough guy. Here's a little something for you. You do that, you didn't change the damn world. You didn't. People are going to wake up tomorrow, the world's still going to be the same. They're just going to hate you. And the person that you tried to get rid of has become more powerful. You did not become a martyr. You became an asshole who shot someone. If you've disagreed with what this side of the law has been doing, of the government's been doing, well, it's a good thing you probably went and swallowed a bullet, because you're probably a coward yourself. None of these asshats can go out there and they can't do this and then stay alive. They don't. Why would they do that? I mean, you really want to prove a point? Tell us why you did it, you schmuck. Not that that point matters, because it doesn't. Because all you did was you made him more powerful. Now, who knows? Maybe, just maybe. And here, let me do what Charlie Kirk would do. Maybe he was doing this to swing things back his way. Maybe he was on Charlie Kirk's side of the country. And now it's going to have a rush of people heading back to him. Possibly. Who the hell knows? Who cares? You shot a father. You killed a husband. You didn't make this world any damn better, because I'm going to guarantee you that crackpot sitting in the White House right now is going to make the rest of us pay. We're going to have to hear how you were some leftist lunatic, Nazi-loving whatever, and talk, by the way, you're probably everything in the book from a trans athlete to immigrant to whatever. You're going to be called every name in the book now. I know that's neither here or there. That doesn't matter. But the thing you need to know is you didn't do anything to change the world. No one does in that matter. All you did was enrage one side. Actually, I'll be honest with you. You've enraged both sides. Now, yes, there are some people out there who are sitting there talking shit. They don't give a damn. They think this is the greatest thing in the world because Charlie Kirk was who he was. They're out there. I've seen them. I read some of the comments and I wanted to chew on my freaking lips from the shit that they were saying. It was pathetic. As a guy who wants to sit here and help people all the time, that's all I want to do is help people. You know what you could have done if you would have sat there and you would have walked up to him and you would have looked at him and you would have said, Charlie, you're an asshole. But how can I help you today? Prove to him that you're a better person than he is. But instead, you wanted to put your name in the record books, in which, guess what? It's there now. Your name's in history because you killed someone, you son of a bitch. You're there. You got your 5 minutes of fame. But you made Charlie Kirk a hell of a lot more important than he's ever been. Kids, you need to know something. Mom and dad, we aren't the best in the world. We're not the best at showing our emotions at times. We're not the best people in the world. We make mistakes. We honestly do. But if you're really feeling like you're needing to do something drastic like hurt someone, come to us. I understand going to mom and dad isn't always the easiest thing to do. Go to an aunt, go to an uncle, go to your guidance counselor, go to someone else. Go somewhere, go talk to someone, talk to one of your friends. Look, right now, it's no longer like the two who shot up Columbine. I will not say their name ever. Your name doesn't get thrown out there, and you might not like your parents or give a damn about your parents or anything, but you know what? They're going to go through hell now knowing that they screwed up with you. The way things are going, they're probably going to end up in jail because you're an asshole. Talk to someone. If you need help finding someone to talk to, send us a message. Okay? Reach out to us and we will help you find someone that you can talk to. Go to our website, go on to the little icon that says contact us. Leave your name and number, and we'll get back to you. We'll help you find someone to talk to. I won't ask you any questions. I'll ask you what you need, and then I'll help you find it. It sucks being a kid. I hate to tell you this. It gets a hell of a lot harder. But you got to try it because eventually it gets better. Eventually you find that road and you start feeling and doing things that matter to you, not to anybody else, but they matter to you. You have that kid, you have that family. You look at those kids, their eyes, and you feel love. You may feel misery right now, but you look at those kids and you feel love. You know what? Maybe you end up getting a divorce and the wife or the husband takes the kids. It doesn't matter because when you get them back and you look at them and every minute you get to spend with them, you feel love. Eventually you get it right. You're still going to screw up every damn day. I have recorded this video 4 times today. 4 times. If I would have recorded this video and I would have got it done right the first 2 times, you would have never seen this because it would have been done before any of the violence. But I've screwed it up every time, so now I'm sitting here live. By the way, if you want to come on and you want to talk, just hit a message in the comments. And when we come back on live, if we have any time left, I'd love to talk to you about it. People, we got to stop the violence. We got to be there for each other because, damn it, this isn't working. You're not doing anything for yourself, and you're definitely not making a difference in this world. We've got better ways for you to make a difference. We've got some great news. The app is going to be released next week. By the time that we are here live next week, we will have an app that we get to share with you and the world on Google, available for you to take and upload to your phone and use and do great things with. So you'll want to be here next week and pay attention to all of our social media outlets, because our social media outlets, we will let you know where we are at. Please give us a like, share, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff. Let us know that you're here. Let us know that you're paying attention. And what we'll do is say hi again. So we have some brand new partners, and we are beyond thrilled to have them here with us. I'd like to introduce them to you real quick before we get on with less. If you go to the website, the Community Pay It Forward website, I'm going to take my ugly Little product here. It's a 5-gallon bucket. There is no electronics in it, no nothing like that, but it does something extremely amazing. For all of you who are preparing for the worst, I've got something to show you.
We're here today to gather some water from our local water source. Now I'm going to go out there and gather some of that water, and then we're going to filter it with this system, and we're going to show you how clean that we can make this water. All right, so we're going to put it in this glass. And as you can probably see already, that this water is already crystal clear. It'll just take a few seconds here, and that'll give us enough to do an actual taste test. All right, you saw that water. That's what we got out of it after we filtered it. Looks crystal clear, but how does it taste? It tastes pretty good. Matter of fact, it tastes great.
Brand new partner. We are thrilled to have we're thrilled to have them in the program, and there's something else that we wanted to announce with them. Let me bring them back up. They have generously given us a special offer for you. Come down here to the bottom and you can see the Community Pay It Forward special offer. You click on this and you can get 2 of these. No battery, no need for plumbing, none of that. It's all lifetime guarantee on these systems. You get one for yourself to have for your family in case something happens. You can make sure that you always have clean water for you and your family to drink. But you can also get a second one for $51 more. That's 2 of those units for $200, and you get to give one of them away to the people that you love. So that means you can gift another one to someone that you love. And if you don't have someone that you want to give it to, you can gift it to either ourselves, you can gift it to the UA Legacy Group, and they will find a home for it, whether it's here in the United States at a homeless shelter, an animal shelter, in a impoverished area, wherever it is. They will give this unit to someone there to help somebody in need. Make sure that they have the clean water so their lives can be a little bit better. So we want to welcome safer, cleaner water to the Community Pay It Forward program. now, there is no more shop, click, and pick program. That's right, it's the Come Together movement. Say goodbye to just clicking and picking. The future of giving begins now with the new Come Together movement. Download our free community Pay It Forward app. It's your gateway to shopping with purpose and supporting the causes that you care about. You tell us who you'd like to support by selecting your mission. Whether it's helping veterans, feeding families, or supporting local schools, your purchases help fund real change. Shop like you normally do. No extra steps, no added costs. Just make your everyday spending count by choosing one of our partner businesses. Every purchase you make turns into real support. A percentage goes directly to your selected cause. It's automatic, it's effortless, and it's powerful. You're not just a customer, you're a partner in making a difference. Our app makes it easy for you to track your impact and share it with all of your friends. So why just shop when you can shop with a purpose? Download, select, shop, and support because your choices matter. When you shop with the Community Pay It Forward partners, no one needs to go it alone when we all come together. So those are all the newest members to the Community Pay It Forward family. If you would like to find out what it's like to be part of the Community Pay It Forward family, take and look at this QR code right here. Sorry, this one over here, wherever the hell it is. And that's to our giving partner. You can join all of these wonderful people, and you can make a difference when your sales become a donation. After you look at it, if you decide, yep, that's for me, that's what I want to do, use this QR code. You can go in, you can scan, or you can put in your information. You can become part of the Community Pay It Forward family today. If you're a nonprofit, if you're looking for help, if you just need some help, this is the one for you. This is for our nonprofits. This is how we help you raise money for your cause, your fundraising event, your veteran cause, your community improvement mission, whatever. If you need us to help raise money for you, right here is the key. Read that, and we will do our best to help you. Now on with the show. This is the second Thursday of the month, so it is our buddy, Mr. Les Simpson, talking about Be Connected, a wonderful, wonderful program. When we get back, he is going to join us. He is going to show us what it's all about to be connected.
Hello world, my name is C,
Mr. C,
or you can call me
I am a
Mr.
web
C,
developer,
and I am
a
also
web
a
developer
consultant, and I am
at
also a
World
consultant at Z
My
World
one goal
Webs.
is to
My
develop
one
custom
goal
websites
is to
that are
develop
specifically
custom websites
catered
that are
to
specifically
your organization's
catered
needs.
to your
I
organization's
completely
needs.
understand that
I
building a
completely
website
understand
is an
that building
exhilarating,
a website
exciting,
is an
and
exhilarating,
significant
exciting,
step in
and
connecting with your
significant
audience.
step in
Your
connecting with your
organization
audience.
has Z
Your
potential
organization
to make a
has Z
meaningful impact,
potential
whether
to
it's
make a
supporting
meaningful
animal
impact.
rights,
Whether it's
advocating
supporting
for
animal
equality,
rights,
combating
advocating
human
for equality,
trafficking, or
combating
honoring
human
the brave
trafficking,
individuals
or
who have
honoring the
served
brave
our
individuals
country.
who have served
Your
our
mission
country.
is too important
Your
to be held
mission
back by
is
the
too important
challenges
to
a
be held
website
back
can
by the
present.
challenges a
And I am
website can
here to
present.
ensure
And
that
I am
your
here
website
to
works
ensure
for you,
that your website
not
works
against
for
you.
you,
Whether
not
it's maintaining,
against you.
developing,
Whether it's
or
maintaining,
redeveloping
developing,
a custom
or
website
redeveloping
that
a
is
custom
specifically
website
catered
that is
to your
specifically
needs.
catered
And
to
with that
your
being
needs.
said, I would be
And with
more
that
than
being
delighted
said,
to learn
I would
more
be
about
more
your
than delighted to
organization
learn more
and,
about
of
your
course,
organization.
the
And
website
of course,
Z World
develop a
is
website
waiting for.
Z World
Thank you.
is waiting for.
All right, and it is that time of the month. It's the second Wednesday of every month, which means we have our good friend, Mr. Les Simpson. It is a show that we love to call the Masterclass with Les Simpson. Les, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing really, really good. Trying to get, as we were just discussing, trying to get everything situated. Going to be officiating my daughter's wedding in less than a month. So trying to get everything ready for that. Kind of excited, kind of nervous.
I'm
Something I've
sure.
never done before.
Yeah, especially your daughter a relative rather than a, part stranger, that must make it super special.
Yeah, it makes it really special, but then it means that I'm going to be seeing these people again. So if I screw it up, they're going to have something to remember me by. So
That's a
that
good point.
that puts a little more pressure on it. Les, you're bringing us information today about the wonderful platform we're on called Be Connected.
Yep.
So, but you have a lot of things that you're going to be implementing when it comes to being to Be Connected.
Yes. Yeah, right now, needless to say, we're going to be private labeling it. And one of the things I'm going to have my own private label at this point is going to be called Accelerated Team Sales. And so I'm going to work with anybody that has a sales team. And that also includes, it can be a team of one as far as a business, but small teams, but we also do big teams. I'm really wanting connections into insurance agencies, manufacturers with sales teams, the coaches that are working with them. And in fact, also Cassie, our strategy person of the company, she's been coaching for 10 years. And she's come up with a program. And that's one of the things, so listeners, if you've had a successful coaching program, then what we want to talk to you about is licensing that and being able to provide this platform to the coaches that you license it to and their clients. And so it could be quite lucrative, but at the same time, if you're successful at coaching, whatever it is, I don't care if it's growing plants, business coaching, exercise, whatever it is, and you want to 5 or 6 years down the way retire, it's time to start helping other people become certified in your area and have a legacy on it. And so I think that's going to be pretty neat that we're going to offer. So if you know coaches that you really feel is good at something, and have them contact us, and we'll teach them how to have their own certification program and a legacy. So that's something new that we're definitely going to be doing. And the other thing is people are getting excited when they see the platform. And this is one of the things I really want to clarify in this platform. People ask me, well, how does it produce 10 to 15% more sales? Well, first off, I want to explain a little bit about neuroscience. There's two parts of marketing and sales. The first part, you either pay somebody or you do it yourself to get a person to have a virtual meeting. That's the first part. Now, the second part is extremely important, because once that person meet with you, subconsciously studies show that they're looking for three things. First off, how are you different than the person they talked to before you or after you? Second, how creative of a problem solver are you? And third is, do you know more about my problem than I do?
It really all rests around the question, how do you make me feel?
Yep, exactly. Because if you solve those three problems, then the person's brain secretes serotonin, norepinephrine, and dopamine, and that produces what word am I looking for? Not enthusiasm, but motivation. And now they want to know more. You've connected to them. And now they want more about your services because now you know them. And that's one of the things that people said, well, how difficult it is to get to know people? I said, how deep do you want to go? And that's the question. As JW always said, 3 levels deep to find the answer. And that's one of the things this week, the last 2 weeks, I've been really talking to people. If you have, and if you do not have clients, then you need to find a friend that does have clients and ask them if they can interview their clients together. And the questions you're going to ask is, first off, what is it about my service that keeps my competitors out the door?
Yeah.
And you really need to listen to that answer. Let's say, and people have had different thoughts. One was this morning or yesterday was, well, I trust your service. Okay. If I might ask, what part of the service do you trust? And well, I like the fact that every time I call you, you're going to be there. And no matter what problem I have, you're able to be very creative and solve it. Okay. So if you didn't have the creativity or me there, what problem would that cause? Oh, everybody would go nuts. They would be on my back trying to find the problem. So it sounds like it's very important for you to be set up where nobody is contacting you and you don't know the answers. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, look, I like to ask people a very simple question. Do you like those emails where, or especially on a social networking program where somebody who is paid to have access to you comes at you and they ask you a question that just has nothing to do with your company?
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody will come up, somebody will ask you the question, you know, how can I teach you and your team how to, you know, improve your product sales?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been asked that question, and Les, I offer a service. I don't offer a product.
Right.
So that's just somebody who's putting out a canned email to me that knows nothing about me, knows
Yep.
nothing about my program, and doesn't distinguish me from anyone else. And those
Right.
are just they're infuriating in
Right.
my mind. It's like, you know what, if you cannot take the time to just look over my my profile, then you don't really have time to talk to me.
Right.
So that's why doing taking these steps that you're introducing to people is so important. Plus it just gives you an advantage because you're stepping in knowing something about them. It's easier
Right.
to talk to somebody when you know a little bit of something about them, right?
Yep. And one of the things there, if you do that with 3 or 5 people, you will find who your ideal client is.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they have basically the same needs, the fear of not being able to solve their employees' problems at a certain time, then you can really start talking to them. Then 2 other things come in mind. When you connect with them like that, then if you tell stories of other clients on how you helped them once you find out what their foundation is, then that is the most powerful connection there is.
Yeah.
Both brains produce different chemicals that now come together and say, this is part of me. If you have a story that has nothing to do with that person, then it's a turnoff. Or, okay, what's next? But if it's a story to do with that really resonates with them. It's the most powerful connection there is.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you just brought that up, because if you don't know who they're trying to sell to,
Mhm.
if you
Yeah.
don't know their customers, that just proves you know nothing about them.
Right.
It all ties in together. That, if you know and if you care about my business, if
Hmm.
you care about who I do business with, you prove to me that you care about what we're doing.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's the neuroscience part that I'm going to be bringing to my clients. And uh, it's interesting because Be Connected built this platform. And as Roy told them, they didn't know they were doing the principles of neuroscience. And they have not understood different parts of it is neuroscience. And so I said, what they have is phenomenal, especially when they have the new CRM and the new calendar. It's supposed to be unbelievable. I'm, again, excited to see it in 90 days. They've got the top programmer that does government. He's known worldwide. His name is Josh. I don't know anything else about him, but they've got him on the deal now, and they're all excited about what he's going to produce. Even Ron Williams, and that's one of the things I mentioned last time, is Ron Williams is now our COO. And the one of the videos we're going to watch is about affiliate marketing. Because affiliate marketing, we're going to make it much easier. Unfortunately, the average affiliate marketer makes $200 a month. Now, for some, that's okay. That's all they need. But there's others that are struggling and want to do more. And so we'll actually help them with that. So if we want to, first off, let's watch that. And so then I'll come back and people can understand what we're talking there.
Okay, that sounds great. So this is a video about how this new program that you're putting together can help people in the affiliate marketing programs, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so here's our first video of two. And just remember, if you're in affiliate marketing, this could really, really change your business in a positive way.
Introducing the Be Connected P3 system, the professional presentation platform, a one-of-a-kind system that has solved the biggest problem of live streaming in the direct sales and affiliate marketing industry. Typically what happens in those companies is a company leader will go live to present their products and opportunity. And all of the reps in the field invite prospects to watch the leader do all the telling, selling, and explaining for them. This generally works because a good leader can get that prospect excited to take action, but here comes a major problem. Every rep that invited someone to the webinar wants credit for the sale or sign up. So this prevents the leader from really closing them there. Instead, a leader has to say dreaded words, get back to the person that invited you. This is where conversions drop like a rock. A lot of the field just post the event on their socials and they don't even know who attended. Also, a lot of reps hate rejection and don't like following up for fear they will hear the word no. So, in theory, without being able to close instantly on the webinar, sales are lost. Now, the good news is Be Connected has fixed this two ways. The first way is our live streaming platform has the ability to put up images and live call to action buttons on a sidebar that stays active while the company is doing the presentation. All prospects can see them, and they aren't hiding down in a chat box they can't find. The second way is the innovation of the P3 system. Now, when a rep goes to invite someone to a company webinar, they go into our platform and put in their company affiliate ID or username. Then our system gives them a custom invitation link for the live stream webinar to send to their prospects. What this does is change the links on the sidebar to their links. Every rep that does this, all their prospects, if they click on a link, will go to the rep site where they will be credited for the sale or sign up. Every rep can be out there using their personalized invitation link to invite people. Now the leader doing the webinar can actually close prospects while they are hot and get to say, click on the button to join right now or buy this product right now. Knowing all the reps will be getting credit for this. No more losing conversions. The P3 system is a game changer for your company. Try it out today.
All businesses have essential tools for being able to run smoothly. We offer the Connected Core 4 tools, which include our groups, marketing, but without the ads, distractions, or platform rules to bring in potential clients. Calendar, to book appointments, discovery calls, and team meetings. Virtual conferencing, to take potential clients and create an environment to build rapport for the sales CRM. To track leads, automate emails, follow up, and ultimately close deals. The Be Connected platform has it all in one, so it is that simple. Now, what if you could brand this software platform as your own? You can have all of this, but with your brand identity. It will be available on the desktop as well as mobile app and with global reach. Welcome to white labeling powered by Be Connected. You take proven, powerful software that's already built, tested, and working, and brand it as your own. Have your community be on your platform. Build your own membership, charge what you want, and build recurring income. Your branded software platform is not a one-time purchase. You're creating monthly cash flow from tools that are needed to run their business. This can all be possible with white labeling with Be Connected. As an authorized reseller of the platform, here's what we are offering. We can help you launch your own branded software platform, your logo, your colors, your mobile app on iPhone and Android, and a complete backend ready to go. This is the way to launch a software business, made simple. Then imagine opening your phone and seeing monthly payments rolling in. From software that's branded as yours. If you're ready to scale above and beyond, find out more by filling out this form, and let's get your brand platform live with white labeling, powered by Be Connected.
Okay, thank you, Les. That was fascinating. I appreciate that. You have a second video for us to watch.
Yes. The other one shows how different we are than Zoom. In fact, when you watch this one, I really want you to ask yourself, how creative can you be? This is a tool, but it takes your creativity. We have some people, as the video says, that are using it for like the home shopping channel, because these images on the left here, you have 15 of them, and one product for each one. And that's why they're using it. And so when people look at it, they demonstrate it here on the video and so forth, and the people want it, they go to this button and they buy it.
Yeah, and as it just explained in that last video, I mean, this is great. These buttons on the side are so important because, you know, when you say get a hold of me, they don't have to move to another website. They don't have to write down your phone number and all this other stuff. They just click one of these buttons and it takes them directly to them. So it is a direct connect to what you're talking about. That is one of the most important things that you're going to learn about this, is that these buttons are all customizable. You can make them to your company. You can make them to your sponsors. You can make them to the correct salespeople, whoever it needs to go to. So that's why these buttons are so important. So Les, are you ready to watch this other video?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's get this done.
Hello, welcome to Be Connected. My name's David Dobbs. I'm the Chief Content Officer over here. And in this short video, we're going to walk you through a demo and show you some of our most popular tools and functions of Be Connected. Let's get started. Make sure you take a moment to download our mobile app. It's available in the Google Play or the Apple App Store. As I do this demo, keep in mind that the computer screen and mobile screen both have a honeycomb, and that is how you're going to navigate to the tools that you see in this demo. It's the same for both. If you want a more in-depth tutorial, click on How to Be Connected. It will take you to our Learning Center. Select the tool that you want to learn about, click the button, and there will be videos there you can watch for more in-depth training on how each tool works. Joining a virtual meeting is simple. Click on Virtual Meetings on the honeycomb, add in either your room name or somebody else's room name, and click Join. Once you do, you can either log in as a guest or log in as a host, and you're ready to go. You can also go live using the Be Connected mobile app. Just follow the same instructions that you just watched, click a button, and you're live. Be Connected is very exciting because we have up to 5 themes and up to 15 call to actions that you can change and brand however you want, and we're going to show you how that works right now. Here is a computer view of a custom sidebar over here that is branded. Now you can see this one is a fitness example, like a fitness coach selling diet and supplements. And the cool thing is you can change that background, you can change all the pictures, you can change the button colors, but most importantly, you can change the link, the website link where you want those buttons to go to, and it can go to any website that you want. But where it gets really good is we have up to 5 different themes that you can get and have up to 15 call to actions. So you can actually move them in and out as you're doing a webinar live. And I know you've never seen that before. Here's another example of Patriot-owned businesses, a business that's in partnership with Be Connected. And they have a lot of things like American flag and veterans and things like that as their logo. So it would be branded to look like their business look and feel. And let's just give you some other ideas of what you can do. Here's another one. Here's like a beauty example. We have people that go live and actually sell products live. A woman could be putting stuff on her face and her lips and her eyes and saying, hey, click over there and buy it right now. And people are actually making sales in real time. Tremendous way to use the platform. Here's a travel example. You can see that Caribbean blue water. It makes you just want to pack your bags and go somewhere. And let's give you one other example here for influencers or like chambers of commerce. They can actually put sponsors on that sidebar right there, and when they put the sponsors there, they can sell them for whatever money they want and keep all the money that comes in from that. Or let's say it's a chamber of commerce and they just want to have 5 sidebars set up and just showcase all their businesses. You can do that as well. So the greatest thing is on these sidebars is you can have them all for one business if you want, or you can have multiple different things that you want to move in and out. Or let's say you do something during the day and at night you do something else. Well, that's easy because you could have those sidebars already preset. And remember, people click on those bars. Now, let me show you what happens when that does that. So, for example, if I go to what we call PLB here, Patriot-owned businesses, let's say someone wanted to click and see their website. Here's the best part about it, is it is actually opened up in a brand new tab. Now, what happens is after close my webinar down, this tab is still open on that person's computer so they can go back and take action even after the webinar's over. Now, where it gets exciting is I didn't have to put that in some chat bubble or have someone have to try to find it. It's so easy to go point at that bar right there and say, see that button? Click on it right now. So you will watch your conversion skyrocket just by making easier call to actions. This is how it looks on a mobile phone when you start moving in and out of your themes or clicking on a website and then going back in your themes to move in and out of them again. Now let's show you some other unique features that Be Connected has put into their virtual meetings that have really changed the game. Okay, so first thing is if you scroll down, a little bar will pop up. And one of the things your people on the webinar can do, the audience, they can leave feedback. Now you can turn this on or off, but let's say I'm having an exciting day and I want people to give thumbs up. They can do a thumbs up or a hand clap. or they could do a laugh track, or they could do oohs or ahs, and they could even leave crickets if you tell a bad joke. So that's a lot of fun. Now, something that's also very exciting here is if you click the three little dots, you can do transcriptions, and you can turn transcriptions on and get a transcript of everything that was said in your virtual meeting. Now, that can come in handy, but it gets better because you can also, when you do that, turn on subtitles, and when you do that, there's over 100 languages that your audience can select. So let's say I have someone that speaks Spanish and another person that speaks Korean on my live meeting. Well, the Spanish person can choose to read subtitles in Spanish, and the Korean can choose to read it in Korean, even though I'm speaking English. So this really changes the game when it comes to international audiences being able to do that. You're also able to do breakout rooms as well. Now, one other feature I like is you can share your screen just like almost every other live meeting. But let's say you want to share a video, and if I pull up YouTube, there's a lot of YouTube stuff I may not want to show, the sidebar and things like that. Now, if you look, this example the sidebar is an example of, let's say, a real estate agent. Maybe they want to show an open house. Well, they might not want to show YouTube, so they can come here and hit three dots, and they will click share video and paste the video right here. Now, what it's going to do, it's automatically going to mute out the audience and play, but it's going to play inside this frame. So they can have a call to action right on the sidebar so people can click on that call to action. So maybe they have a make an offer button, and as people are watching this video inside this frame, they can click on that and make an offer. So let's show you how that works. Other key features to consider, it has admin controls where you could pin certain people to the screen, mute other people, a lot of different admin controls here. You can have up to 1,000 seats for people to attend depending on what package that you choose. You also have the way to do a webinar or a meeting, and you can have unlimited storage for your recordings, and your videos will record as an MP4, the same format you need to, let's say, upload it to YouTube or to put it in a video editor. Now let's show you how to add.
Well, thank you. That's all great news. You have anything else to talk to us about today?
The only thing is the private label is going to be done hopefully in 90 days. Let's get some people on the waiting list because all the people out there, they're employees. And just to let you know, according to a business article, in sales forces, 91% of the sales force struggle. The top 10 do fine, but this is for the ones in your sales force that need help, because this will automatically give them 10 to 50%, 15% more sales, but it'll also give them more understanding of the people so they can grow from there. So I just want everybody to understand this is serving your employees or your affiliates in a way you just couldn't before.
And I think that's, I just want to add this on, again, on the importance of the buttons here, Les, is that it also lends validity to what you're talking about, because if you're talking to someone and you're telling them about them and they want to learn more, all you have to do is say, if you go to the second button there, that's going to take you directly to a deeper explanation on what's going on. So it really makes your associates sound so much smarter because they're able to take you and direct you directly to the information. So it really is important.
Yeah. And one other thing I'll mention, I talked to a gentleman this morning. He said, if you have any connections into the school systems and so forth, with all the different buttons, he says when a school goes through once a month or once a quarter or something, they have to go through with all the legal stuff, a update. And he said, with all these buttons, it'll be unbelievable how easy it will make for them. And so he said, school districts and so forth, each school apparently has to do their own thing. And he said, this would be phenomenal for them. So if you have connections there, that's fine. let's make your school easier. He was on the board of directors for a high school for 10 years. And so he's going to contact different ones. But so this is also for education, is what I'm trying to say. Not just the salesperson, but the educator. And at $100 a month, as he said, it's a no-brainer.
You can't make money without spending a little bit of money. You just got to be smart about where you spend that money, right?
Yep.
So, Les, I don't know how deep you want to get into this, but you and I, we are celebrating the life of somebody this week, and he's an individual who taught us a lot about the neuroscience and selling. I don't feel comfortable sharing any more information, except for I want to say thank you very much to him for what he's taught me. But I'll leave you up to say whatever you feel comfortable saying.
Sure. Well, the gentleman that has been behind neuroscience, has been the leader for 40 years, is J.W. Wilson. Now, his courses are no longer available. I think his book is still available, Cracking the Learning Code, if you really want to understand how your brain works. But he passed away last month, and he's having a service. And if you knew him, you can contact me, give you the information on the 14th in Boulder. And we'll see what happens there. He was 77 years old. And but if you knew J.W. Wilson, contact me. I'll give you the information, and you can RSVP for the celebration of life.
All I know is that if you knew J.W. Wilson, your life was much better.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to get to talk to him 3 times, and every single one of those 3 times is seared into my memory because it was a conversation with a gentleman who really, really understood the brain and how the brain can function in a different and more powerful way.
Right.
Okay. How you could train your brain to remember things that you never thought your brain was capable. So, it is in with a heavy heart that I send my condolences to his loved ones, his friends, and his family. You yourself, Les, I know that you worked heavily with JW, and I send my sympathy to you. I know it came as quite a shock when you told me, but to the friends and family of J.W. Wilson, you know what? Thank you for everything, J.W. I appreciate it. It's a life lesson. It's something that I'll never forget what you taught me.
You bet.
So, Les, how do people get a hold of you, my friend?
Well, if they go to this deal on the left here, then they can watch the two videos, and both have my contact information underneath. And otherwise, my cell phone is 303-579-6881. And my email is les, LES, at csccourse.com.
And you can always visit www.communitypayitforward.us and just type in Les Simpson, and his profile will come up, and you can contact him there. Les is one of our so valued family members, and every time you do business with Les, you get to support other people. So do business with Les, support other people, make this a better place. Les, until October, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Another great episode. I love learning from you.
You bet. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you so very much. So that was our October, or I'm sorry, that was our September version of the Les Simpson Show. We are going to visit and pay respects to J.W. Wilson. Look, he said one thing that really always sticks out in my head. Okay, and it's so true. And he was talking about how in school they tried to jam so much, throw so much stuff at you that your brain just simply was not able to digest it all. And you had no interest in learning it all. You just didn't. All I want to do is pass the test, and then I want to go and get to Friday and go hang out with my friends. That's all I want to do. You know, some of you guys wanted to go to football games, whatever, you know. The schools could do a lot better teaching if they would listen to the lessons of J.W. Wilson, because he was an amazing man. Please reach out to Les today, Les, L-E-S, at csccourse.com. That's Les, L-E-S, at csccourse.com. You can also visit our website, communitypayitforward.us/cracking the sales code, Les Simpson. So I want to thank you, Les, for another great month, learning a lot. Be Connected it's amazing. And one of the things that we do with Be Connected, folks, is family networking. Family networking is tomorrow. So, and you are more than welcome to come and join us tomorrow. It's at 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 right here in the Mountain Time. This next guest, Mr. Robert Wilson, I met him, in which you're going to hear about it all here in a minute anyway, but I met him at the Speakers Connection, which happens on I guess it would be the first and the third Tuesdays of every month. And if you go to eventraptor.com, you can find out how to get involved. If you are a speaker, if you speak, if you have a message to give, podcaster, whatever, any message that you need to get out there, you want to go to this event. I'm telling you, this is well over 100 people every time from all around the world, not the country, the world. The two individuals who are putting this all together are from across the pond. They're over in the old country. I don't know why in the hell I just went Texan accent, but it worked. So, but I met Robert a couple weeks ago. We sat down. We had a wonderful conversation. We had a great conversation. We hit it off really, really well. And I just really want to make sure that everybody understands that when I first saw Robert, when I first saw Robert, he doesn't come across as the kind of guy he is. Kind of a stiff-jawed guy, you know, you didn't know what you were getting. But when he talks, he is one of the smartest people I've ever listened to. So I'm proud to introduce to you Mr. Robert Wilson. I want to thank Les for everything. He's a great partner. He's a great friend. I look forward to meeting him for the first time at JW's memorial. It's good. Okay, so screwed up there, obviously. That was one of the things that was recorded that I recorded earlier. Oh, you know, one of the many recordings that I've done today. So if you give me just a minute, I will do this and I'll get it done right. And we can get the show going. Until then, This wall took 2,500 years to build. We don't have that long. That's why your support means so much. Please, donate or volunteer and join the community partner honor wall. Because community takes us all. So please, join us today. This wall took 2,500 years to build. We don't have that long. That's Hey everybody, I'm here with a guy that I met. We met at Speakers, didn't we?
Event Raptor.
Oh, Event Raptor. Yeah, the speakers meeting, and it was so funny when he and I were talking. I don't think either one of us really saw the connection that we could have, but then we had our one-on-one, and we both kind of left that meeting feeling like we'd had a very good conversation because we were talking about the identical things. I'm being joined by Mr. Robert Wilson. Robert, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing very excellent, and it's an honor and privilege to be here with you, Zach.
You know, well, thank you so much for doing this. Like I said, you and I, when we were sitting there, we were talking, you would bring up a point, and I would make I would follow that up with a point, and it was almost like you say that, when you get close to somebody, you can finish their sentences.
Yes.
We had a lot of that. It seemed like, it's not like we were finishing each other's sentences, but there was a lot of similarities in what we were trying to get across.
We were expanding the wisdom in the conversation.
There we go. I like that. Anytime that there's me in a conversation and there's expanding wisdom, I'm all good with that. So tell us a little bit about cowboy wisdom.
Well, I grew up on a cattle ranch in South Dakota in the 70s. And cattle ranching, and I was 21. I went to the oil field. But what I gained in the farming is that was get your hands dirty wisdom, because when you was working cattle or out in the farm with, like if you, let's just say you was discing a field, you had to be in tune with that tractor and that disc, because it has a certain frequency of noise when it's going good. But you got to be able to hear when something goes awry, and that taught me to be in tune. But we had 750 head of cows and 1,200 head of hogs. Working them animals, you had to be attuned to what they was going to do, because they always wanted to get away. They're just like us. They wanted to get away. But you had to be attuned to them, and yet you had to be gentle with them. And that's one thing I learned. And if you ever think, everybody makes fun of cattle, they ain't stupid. They're actually got their own brand of wisdom. And pigs are the most curious animal. And that taught me a lot about life. And then I went to the oil field and drove oil field truck for 9 years, and everything was going good. And then the oil field shut down. I went to Washington to be an electrician. And in 1997, I was working in Portland, Oregon, and my life was just dead. I mean, it was, you hit that wall and then something's got to happen. And I got into a home-based business that didn't do well, but they pushed personal growth. And I really liked that, and that's what began this. And then I started doing everything the book says, but my life wasn't going anywhere, Zach. It was in 2009, I was listening to something, they used the word expand. I said, okay, if I can expand my life, I can rise out of this. So I took change, heal, create, transformation out of my life and used expand, energize, enterprise, and then I've added liberation. And that takes care of all that. But the thing about them 4 words, there's no cognitive recollections and no mindset landmines in there. And comfort zone programming can't involve, because it has nothing to trigger it. And that's where this all began, as I started going through. And I really only listen to things now that kind of, it's a spiritual enlightenment, but it's listening to everything without being attached to anything.
I think that right there, that just that statement alone really brings up to the point we were talking about before we went live. And we're in a situation right now where everything that we say to someone else could easily become an argument because we are attached to everything that we say. And it doesn't matter what we say anymore. It could be turned into an argument because we've grabbed a hold of what we believe, and we've attached everything that we say now to who we are.
And and I was guilty of this, and I'm still
Yeah.
a long way to go, but at least I can admit it. And see, people want everything their way. And the outside world is really an illusion. It's an illusion of our beliefs, opinions, and all the stuff. But it's also it's an instigator, an aggravator, and mysterious at the same time, because what goes on out there is going to push the buttons in here for us to rise out of it, because it's there for us to get rid of yesterday. And that's something I've experienced myself. And when you think and know and try to learn and knowledge, they never let go of yesterday because they come from yesterday. And that's a comfort zone. But if you can listen to the here and now with the intuition and imagination, but you also got to listen to it with an artistic artistry to design your not life now. And it's the first words you start in the morning with. Like, my first sentence out of my life in the morning is, how is today the best day of my life? You got to start the colorful curiosity in the morning.
I do love the fact that when you bring up, if you worry about yesterday, then you're not living today, you're living yesterday. I think that I think there's so much truth in that and there's so many of us who we're still living past choices, and those past choices are on our minds all the time, and they're still affecting us in ways that, you know what, yes, you may have made a poor choice in your life, but if you're thinking about it all the time, it's seriously going to affect you, and it's going to put you in a bad place.
Yeah, how is that poor choice actually an awakening?
Yeah.
See, chaos, challenges, adversity, controversy, they're ignited awakenings. They're showing you're at the dead end street.
Yeah. And we've got all of your choices are a growth.
Yeah. If you don't like the choice, make another one.
Yep. Look, very few things that you've done are going to be set in stone in your life. You can always overcome things. Okay. Yes, we make terrible choices at times, but we also make great choices. So it's up to you to live your life and learn from them.
But how was that terrible choice yesterday a fantastic outcome today?
Yeah, because what did you do with that? How are you going to grow from that?
Yes. And see, what we're really afraid of is wisdom outside of our thinking.
Yeah.
And see, wisdom is get your hands dirty in the event. Thinking, knowing, and knowledge is trying to be perfect and override the unsavory events on the path, because them unsavory events are what's going to awaken you to arrive at your desired accomplished outcome.
Yeah, I do. I love talking to you. It's so much fun. But now I'm going to do something that's going to piss off every English teacher ever. Tell us about writing. What are we doing wrong with writing?
You're punctuating it. And here's the thing, punctuation, we've been taught, when you read punctuation, you're trying to learn everything the author It wants you to know. And so you're trying to put what they know into your life, and your life don't fit into their life. I unpunctuated my writings in 2011. I don't use it. I started trying to, use three dots, try to make it a little, but I was talking to a lady. She said, "You write poetry. You don't need punctuation." So I unpunctuated everything. And the thing about unpunctuated writings, that's breath punctuation. Because when you take a breath, that's a period, a comma, or something. But your but your but your subconscious mind and all your comfort zone can never get involved. And then pretty soon you can allow the intuition, imagination, and your curiosity to travel you through life. And I can't, when it comes to self-help, personal growth, I use energetic liberation, unpunctuated lingo, but it allows me to rise out of the situation. And if you look at the world, I'm 71 years old, and the world really hasn't changed. On the surface of the world, it's really stayed the same. Yeah, we got technology and medicine, but the way we communicate, the way we do it, it's still the same.
What is that? Just because we communicate? When it comes down to it, communication is very simple. We try to make it complex, but communication is the way that we walk up to someone, the way that, as you can see with my hands, the way that we express ourselves. They used to be able to communicate without words.
Yes.
You don't need words to communicate your point. You communicate in so many different simple ways.
The images of life is communication. And see, we're so used to wanting to, and I was the worst. I'll admit this. But you want to communicate, but you want them to communicate, and you want them to think your way. And that was the biggest failure I ever had, because their abstract wisdom and my abstract wisdom and this guy's, and if we can communicate that, we can discover a better way. But when it has to be my way, you have to. Then it ends up uh, into an argument. But here's the thing: something I want people to realize: when you're in a conversation and somebody says "think" and "no," watch how fast that conversation dries up. Because everybody gets into their egotistical arrogance when you say "think" and "no," that you have to, and then I have to be right. But if you listen to expand the conversation, you never get caught up in your thinking, memory, mind.
Is that one of the biggest? Is our own ego? Is that what stops us on all conversations? Is that the key evil in all conversations? Is our own ego?
And stubborn stupidity, yeah. I got plenty. If nobody has any, I'll loan them. No, it's our egotistical arrogance and know-it-all ignorance, stubborn stupidity, and hard-headedness that has to be my way is why the world is stuck where it is. But you listen to people, and it's like listening to, I don't mean to say that, but a political conversation. Well, if this guy thinks this and this guy thinks this, the other one's wrong automatically. Well, they just have a different way of looking at life. And see, we don't have enough ways of looking at experiencing life today to rise people out of their old situations. And see, that's something I took out of my life is shift, because shift is this way. When you rise, you leave it behind. I rise out of this to experience this. Because otherwise, yesterday's today.
Can you expand a little bit on shift? Because I like the way that you're saying this, but how do we rise without shifting?
You go straight up. See, shift means something else to me because I drove truck in the Rocky Mountain.
Shift meant shift. I changed the word there.
Well, sometimes it meant more than that, but yeah, if you going up a steep hill and you have to switch a gear and you miss it, you get to go to the bottom.
Yep. Yeah.
But when you shift, it didn't always shift. But shift doesn't mean shift. You go like this. You go pure sideways. With rise, you start getting the energy of moving out of it. It gives you the movement of freedom, of sovereignty. And shift is just going this way. And a lot of times, like for me, this is my own opinion, and that's all. But change, heal, create, transformation, personal growth, self help, that's all just sideways movement. Because you don't really liberate anything. But
You're not growing from it.
Yeah.
And that's what a shift is a shift is saying something that doesn't allow you to improve yourself. Shift just means that you're saying something, you're repeating something, or you're saying something that's just not going to change your trajectory. It's not going to change your life. You're parroting.
Well, you're just kind of letting this go here, but you're going over, but you're really going into the same situation with just a different thought. And that's why if you go in with revelations, take thought and use revelations, that gives you the energy to rise. And that's something I really want to express to people. I use inner words, energetic, energize, inner rise. I want it to come from here. And when I can get the body, see, body leads. We think that the head does, but the body really does. But I read a book where the subconscious mind's in the body and mine's right here, right in my chest. And see, the body, and that's like when they go to rehab, they try to do the mind, right? They don't touch the body. And that's where the body is the one that's addicted, not so much the brain. Because the brain wants to say, I don't do this. The body says, oh, yeah, I like that feeling, so let's go back. And that feeling becomes a feeling pretty soon. Everything's shut down. But if you start understanding you want to do anything, you want it to come from the body. And that's why I feel liberation and energy, and it's really getting words, and it's really getting your own words that make you feel good. Because I call mine liberating lingo. And lingo takes it takes the educated words out. Because we really use a very mundane language in our daily life. Like change, heal, create, transformation, think. No, they all got cognitive recollections tied to them. And the thing about listen, expand, energize, there's no cognitive recollections. To really rise out of yesterday, you want to get a lingo that makes you feel of the here and now. Because all these other ones stay in yesterday. And I write everything in first person. Because nobody knows who you is. You is outsourcing everything. When I write it in first person, I'm the one liberating me, and people can liberate themselves.
If you had the magic wand, Robert, and you could eliminate one thing that like everybody does, because it would improve lives just incredibly.
Social obedience.
What's that?
Social obedience.
Social obedience.
Because see, everything we do is social obedience because we're afraid to ruffle the feathers of the unknown. But it's social obedience. And I just discovered this the last 3 weeks, but you look at everything, everybody does everything to stay inside I call it the railroad tracks, business and education, everybody tries to stay in the center. But to rise, we got to go out into the tumbleweeds and into the cactus patches and up into the mountains, but we got to get away from what other people. And see, when you start, like to me, what really changed me with self-help was all the books are the same. And if you write, that's why I'm punctuated and start writing. I don't write just because to be different. I wrote, everything I do is the way I expanded my life and rose out of yesterday to enjoy today. But we're so afraid of inspiration, relaxation, and humor. This world is stuck in, oh no, that can't happen because that ain't in a book. And you know, the thing about it is, people don't realize the manipulation we're trying to get away from. And the manipulation comes from way back. I can't say what it is, but there's a old some old controllers of the world that still control the world today, and they really do it through the education system. John D. Rockefeller wrote a lot of the education system, so he wrote it to benefit him.
I am really curious to hear, are there people who are fighting against you on the no punctuation?
I call it the college educated smirk. If I get that, I'm doing good. I don't care because I understand what it's done for me.
Right.
Whatever you're doing, if you're trying to follow somebody and say, "Oh, I did this," and you still deep inside say, "Oh, that didn't happen," or "That ain't doing anything," well, get away from it. Do what makes you feel liberated and energized and have fun. Me, I am kind of I'm a troublemaker magician.
I like that.
And troublemaker, whenever the world's let rose out of something, was always done by troublemakers. See, you're only a troublemaker to socialized definitions. You're not a troublemaker to your spirit, your heart, and your soul.
I do. I love listening to you. I love talking to you. I just we we think a lot alike, and you know, we try to tell people that, you know, you need to never shut up. That's one of my it's one of my favorite things to say. But we need to make sure that we're doing something that is worth saying. We need to make sure that we're not just talking BS.
Yeah.
You know, we need to make sure that we're talking about something that's going to not just uplift ourselves, but uplift others.
And that's the thing. You know, I come from the blue collar world.
Hmm.
I watch the white collar world. They're like they're great people, but they're like a bunch of stuffed shirts to me. Because all they do is repeat what they got in college. And see, that's one thing I liked about the farm and the ranch and the oil field. You had to express yourself because you was going to get it expressed back to you. But it gives you the tenacity to express yourself without being a know-it-all.
Yeah, and that was another thing that you and I talked about when we first met. That it was amazing to me because, you know, we talked to Les Simpson every month, and one of the things that he taught us in his program that he was helping to promote was, in school they teach you wonderful things. Okay, I'm not saying anything wrong about them because they're teaching you things, but they're teaching you the things that you need to know for a test. They're not teaching you things that you need all the time. Okay, and they're definitely not teaching you things that are important to you, because you would still remember what they were if they were teaching them and it was important to you.
Yeah. Something else I really want to express to people. You are way more talented than you'll let yourself be.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's got a sleek, unique talent, but something I want people to understand is we've been taught to follow in a path. We look for answers and solutions. Stop looking for the answers and solutions and understand you're on a path of enlightenment. You're going to hit a hiccup, you're going to get the enlightenment, and you're going to move on because you want to follow the contours of the energy of Earth and get rid of boundaries, barriers, and all that, because your energy can follow the contour of Earth. You give contours, your energy actually go around the obstacle. And then if you're listening, you're going to dissolve that obstacle. Because a lot of times the obstacles are egotistical arrogance, keeping you stuck and having to be right.
Again, I love it. because you're trying to help people become free of their own arrogance, of their own, you're, as we were talking about earlier, okay, opinions, they're like whenever they're exactly like one other thing that every single one of us has, all of us have one and they all stink. That's just the truth. And if you lead every conversation by your opinion, you're just not going to grow. If you're arrogant enough to think that you know everything there is to know, you're a moron.
And that's what a lot of people do. And I don't like. I'm not cutting anybody down, but we got what I call the degree arrogance in the world. I got a degree, you don't, so that makes me the wisest.
Yeah.
There is a barrier out there, but what I really want people to understand is YouTube is a college education, 10 minutes at a time for free. And and a lot of them on there spent their $150,000 for education. They're giving you 10 to 20 minutes for free. And this over here is college knowledge. This over here is get your hands dirty wisdom.
I think that is a wonderful point, because you know what? You can have a wonderful degree, but your degree doesn't affect my life near as much as hearing somebody else say something that they may not even understand what they're saying and how it affects my life.
Zach, my favorite thing to talk about is, all of our ancestors come from St. Louis to out here, and they had no machines, no roads. So how much wisdom and ingenuity does it take to get a wagon train through the Rockies and over all through the desert to get to here?
Yeah, yeah. And that was one of the things that you and I discussed, that we sit there and as a society, we always talk down on the newer, on the kids, on the younger kids. Our parents look down on us. Their parents look down on them. We always keep talking about back in my day, that whole thing there. When what we ought to be doing is we ought to be looking to the people who grew up before us and the ones coming up after us, and trying to find a way to make it perfect for everyone.
That's absolutely true. The thing about kids, they don't have all the block knowledge. They still have that artistic, the virgin artistic energy within them. We got the stuffed in the shirt stuff, and they actually, they really do good until we put the parents' way of life in them.
Yeah, and the truth is, they've learned how to do things so they don't have to work as hard as we did.
And every kid that uses AI makes a living. My hat's off to them.
Yeah.
And they're using the tool. They're using the wisdom of today and never the knowledge of yesterday. See, knowledge is yesterday, wisdom's today.
Yeah. If you are blocking yourself from using what is out there, if you are blocking yourself from the technology that is out there, you're turning yourself off. You're turning your abilities off.
You're living yesterday for the rest of your life.
That's it. That's it.
See, something else I want to share is stop telling people what to do.
Oh God, yes.
Show people how you expanded your life, and then you will rise in expansion every day. And see, I like expansion because they're unlimited. And when I say expansion, your past is nothing but a memory board today, and as soon as it gets triggered, you're in yesterday. But if you use words like expand, energize, enterprise, energize, that memory board's at ease.
Yeah. And again, that's one of the things that you and I we clicked on.
Yes.
I refuse to tell people that you should do this because I did this and it helped me. That doesn't matter. That matters to me. That only matters to me. I can do this. I can tell them, look, when I was faced with this situation, this is what happened to me, and this is the result.
Yes.
Let them decide.
Something that this happened about a month ago. When you got a situation that's just got you triggered and you can't do nothing, just ask yourself, why am I dangerous to this illusion?
I like that. That's awesome.
And it cuts out all the stuff. And when you get everything, I've listened to plan. Oh, this plan is fantastic. This is this, and this is fantastic. Then you know how you really upset that? Just ask, is there a better way? Whenever you think you got something all figured out, just ask, is there a better way? And just walk away.
I
bet you don't make it 100 feet and you go, oh my God.
I am the master of that. And if anything proves this point, the Come Together resource page that I was talking to you about prior, that is now grown to the Come Together Compass because we've added more to it. And we haven't even started yet.
You know what's going to be ironic about that page? You wait 3 years and you won't even have hardly anything that started on there up front.
Oh no, nothing will be the same. Look, I don't know how many times, and it was kind of funny because I was going through some of my old T-shirts and I was looking at my old logos, my old names, the old websites of this company. In the 11 years, I don't know how many changes I've made, but I'm pretty sure I've confused a lot of people.
That's all right. You're expanding and they're the same.
That's right. That's what it is. Robert, you offer people a free gift.
Yeah, and I give them to you. And there's one on my website. It's called, I actually got a class, Why is Today the Best Day of My Life? And you can download it right off the page. It's just a video, some questions, and there's a whole bunch of writings on there. They're all unpunctuated, but if you read them writings out loud and try to get your thinking mind out of them, you're going to rise. But if you read them out loud and they're wrote in rhymes, and I got my own vocabulary, there's all different kind of words on there. And whatever, if there's no such thing as a big word, there's fresh words. If you use fresh instead of new, you never get caught up in yesterday.
And is this it right here, the 7 ways to why today is the best day of my life?
That's it. And I also sent you the link to that in your deal.
Right, and I will share that with everybody in the description of this video. Robert, again, how do people get a hold of you?
The easiest way is at my emails, cwbywsdm@gmail.com. It's Cowboy Wisdom with no vowels. And on my website is mycowboywisdom.com. And I'm starting a membership where you get four writings, a video, and one of my morning inspirations a month for $10. But it's really about people realizing education was never taught to us to expand us. Education was taught to us to control us.
Yeah.
And, and something people have, this is the only thing I ever care people take. You're more talented than the socialized system of the world.
Again, that's it. Just look, if school would have taught us what we need to know, we would remember it. But they were trying to shove everything into our heads that they wanted us to know.
And also remember, every school test you took in school is about something you read yesterday.
Yeah.
And we've been taught the misery of history, never the wisdom of history.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one a lot. Robert, would you please make sure that you come back and keep us updated on everything that's going on, and bless us again with your visiting us?
Oh, I love this. This is I want to see people understand they encompass the wisdom, insight, and clarity for their own life.
You know, wisdom is such a cool word. It really is. Wisdom is so much better than so many other words that we use.
You know, I'll share one thing with you guys before I go. If you take think, know, learn, knowledge, and thoughts out of your life and use inspiration, wisdom for know, inspiration for think, wisdom for know, comprehend or embody for learn, and you don't if you use wisdom, you never go to knowledge, and revelations for thoughts. You always want to express. If you express your inspiration and your desired life through your daily life, you stop going into the past, because we've been taught to be a servant to our past. Because you're going to listen your way to the penthouse and talk your way to the outhouse.
You know, when I heard that the first time, I was just like, "Oh, that is brilliant! It's brilliant." So,
And also, one more thing: your daily life, your experiences, and the people you encounter in your daily life will rise you out of any situation you're in when you listen.
yeah, and that's exactly what we try to make sure that you do, is use the knowledge of the people. You know, use that you hear every day. Allow that to envelop you.
You know, we look down on people that are going through some severe challenges and they're sleeping on the streets.
Yeah,
Them people encompass a lot of wisdom.
everybody has important knowledge. Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone has something inside of them that can change your life in a positive way.
I only understand one thing, Zach. The one that understands and has the least wisdom in my life is me.
Yep. Because you're the only one who can shut it off.
Well, I'm the only one that can listen for the fresh.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Zach,
Robert,
it's been an honor and a privilege, and I will come back.
yeah, Robert, I greatly appreciate it. I consider you a great friend. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you so very much for joining us, and let's keep this up.
And Zach, I want to thank you. You had a conversation for people to expand. They can rise out of yesterday and expand of today.
Well, I had a conversation with somebody that, in my mind, can really teach somebody how to get out of their own way.
Yeah. Thank you.
We
I
can
really
be
enjoyed
able to listen to it. So, but thank you so very much, Robert. I appreciate it, and I will talk to you next time.
Yes.
Again, I had a great time with Robert. Thank you, Mr. Robert Wilson. Thank you very much, Les Simpson. I appreciate both of you. Both gentlemen were talking about the brain, the way the brain works, and making a lot of good points. Folks, we had a little bit of a problem with Facebook today, so this will replay on Facebook a couple times throughout the next week. I would like to say I am not sorry about what I was talking about earlier. I'm not going to forget. I'm not going to ask for forgiveness for really being upset about the way that things are going, and I don't think any of us should be upset or sorry that we're upset about the way that things are going. But I really think that we need to start pulling our heads out of our asses and thinking about the way that they're being done, and making sure that we are watching the people around us. And if we see somebody that there's a problem, help them. Make sure they're not going to go off this terrible, terrible deep end. There's no coming back. My fingers are crossed. My hearts are with the families of the 2 kids that were injured today by a gunman. My heart, my thoughts are with Kirk's family, his 2 kids, his wife, his family. Couldn't stand you, Charlie. Could not stand your views. Could not stand the way you talked. I just didn't like anything about you. But you didn't deserve to die this way. I've already seen that people are using this to start a political war again. Stop that shit. There was not a bunch of liberals out there shooting him. There was one. Other liberals were at home and they are as sick about this as you are. Take care of each other. We're all we got. Please make sure you love somebody out there because somebody out here loves you. My name is Zach Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the pACT channels. I want to thank you very much for joining me. Come here live next week, starting at 7 p.m. East, because we do have our new partner, Lynn, who is going to give a couple of you free readings. So you got to come in, you got to make a comment, ask your question. We'll ask Lynn. She'll read you on air. Lynn's a brand new partner. We love to have her, and she's going to show you what she can do. Join us next week right here on Community IMpACT. Please make sure that you remember that if you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. No one needs to go it alone when we all come together. Thank you. Please, dear God, take care of each other because this is getting ridiculous. And we're all we got.
Say, bring me home, out alone, to show me the way. You wanna hold the heart of Sunset Boulevard. Bring me here, 'cause it's not quite clear to be a part of Sunset Boulevard.